Today I have to tell you about my pie. This is the best ever pie. You have this pie every single month. I have this pie every single month. We're gonna talk about what it is, and if you're new here, you're gonna be like, this woman is crazy, I don't even understand. But for those of you who've been around, you know that I'm a passionate penny pincher, and we like some pie around here. So do y'all wanna know what my pie is about today? I have some pies. I have a couple pies, actually. Okay, so I have a 8-inch pie, plain old pumpkin pie. And I have a big fat, lovely, humongous, gargantuan, amazing pie. It is a Honeycrisp apple streusel pie. It's fantabulous. I'm gonna tell you about this pie. You guys, this pie maybe represents something else. Does anybody guess what this awesome pie is that you have at home every single month too? Hey Cindy, hi Bridget, hi Stacy, tell me good morning. Hit the share this button if you would like to win a $10 Amazon gift card. I would love to give that to you. Let's see if I can open up this pie. Here's what I'm gonna tell y'all. I have a secret, guys. We're not really making pie today. Sorry, I know you're very sad because y'all would rather have some serious pie. I like pie too, I get that. But does anybody have any idea what this pie is gonna represent today? This is a pumpkin pie. Let's go ahead and open the other one. I'm gonna see if any of you can guess what our pie is representing today, because we're talking about something super important that might actually change your entire year if you listen to this right now. So I need you guys to be listening. Good morning, Megan. Hi, Zaida. Hi, Melissa. Okay, guys, I'm the passionate penny pincher. What do you think my pie represents? I'm gonna wait and see if I get any close guesses. You guys look at this pie. Who thinks we should cut up this pie? Anybody, any guesses here? Good morning, Melody. Hi, Kelly in Minnesota. So glad to see you this morning. Y'all hit the share this button if you have a friend who might want to talk about this. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing. Okay, no guesses on the pie. No guesses. Come on, y'all. You're better than this. Okay, good morning, Kathy. Okay, so every month you get a pie at your house. Every single month there is a pie that looks kind of different than this, but you have it in your house too. I want to tell you, when you get this pie, you divide it up. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Heavenly Father, that Trina is here today, because goodness gracious, every single month, guys, you get a pie at your house, right here. You may have a tiny little pie. It may actually look like this little pie right over here. Right here, your pie could look like this pie. Or, this is a baby little pie. Isn't she cute? She's not any less of a pie. Do you see how cute this pie is? She is still a super important pie. So if your pie is this size, or if your pie is this size, or if your pie is this size, it's all an amazing pie. But we're gonna cut it up. So when you do your monthly budget, how many of you guys do a monthly budget? If you are interested, this is a link. There is a link to the 2019 home or 2020 home planner. You will get our budget worksheets right away when you sign up, but I'm not even interested in that. I wanna tell you about this pie. So I started thinking about cake or about budgets and pies this morning, and it dawned on me that really, truly, you can take your pie and you can split it into 4 pieces. So we're gonna take our cute pumpkin pie, which happens to be cheaper than the more expensive pie as it worked out, and I want you to put your pie into 4 pieces. When you do that, the first piece, which we're gonna serve up right here, the first thing you have to do with your pie is you have to take care of feeding yourself. And I believe as a Christian, and honestly, just as a good human, even if you don't believe in Jesus or God or anything, I believe we're called to give 10% to something bigger than ourselves. So this first chunk, we're gonna split off. There's our first piece of pie. 10%. So let's say we're gonna base it on, I'm going with a $3,000 a month take-home budget for this first example, okay? We're gonna do two examples. Of this pie, 10% of the whole thing, so if this is a $3,000 budget, about $300 is gonna go to tithe, okay? There's your pie, see it? The rest of this is your grocery budget and eating out. Assuming you bring home $3,000 a month, that means you're gonna have about $450 left. So this is your $450 left for groceries and eating out. If you save any money here, that's a pretty reasonable amount that you can do. That's pretty reasonable. It's tight. This is not an easy pie, but it's still yummy. It's still delicious. And I have started out with this pie and we survived, okay? So that's your $450, or this totals 1/4 of your budget, which ends up, if your budget is $3,000, that ends up being $750 a month, okay? So the next piece, let's scoot over here. We need another piece of pie. Is your, hang on, I gotta show y'all There we go. The next piece is your housing. So if you have a $3,000 a month budget, odds are pretty good you're gonna spend about $750 on your housing. You should not have a mortgage payment of more than 20% of your total brought home income. So let's say that you have, let's say your total income right there is right there. This is your whole pie. This is your, you gotta eat first. You gotta live somewhere second, right? Eating and living are the two things we have to do. So this should not be more than 25%, including everything. So about 20% should be your mortgage, your rent, whatever that is, but you're gonna have another 5% for things like homeowner's insurance, rental insurance, all of that. So there's your second piece of pie. Now you still got 2 more pieces of pie left over here, right? So those 2 other pieces, one piece, how many of you guys have a car? How many of you guys have to put gas in your car? Do you have to like maybe get your car fixed? Do you have to have oil changes? Do you have to do anything else for your car? I cannot get my pie out, you guys. So this quarter right here, this quarter, this is for your cars. Because the reality is we have to have cars. So let's say this percentage is car payment. Actually, most likely this payment piece is car payment. And this piece right here, that piece right there is the gas. And probably, let's just go ahead and cut it. There's your oil changes. So you have to have money in your budget for that. You have to, okay? You have to have money in those things. Then your last piece of pie is for all the other stuff. This cute piece of pie right here, we're gonna split it up and it's gonna go be what pays for your cell phone, your mortgage. No, I'm sorry, not your mortgage. Your cell phone, your electricity, your water bill. If you only have a $3,000 a month budget, if your take-home budget is $3,000, I will be real honest. My guess, and I'm just gonna be honest, it might be slim. It might feel slim in your house. If it's less than $3,000 a month, I'm thinking it might be, okay? Here you go, guys. This is the thing. If your budget is like that and you're feeling super tight, I'm just being honest. You might want to look at getting some extra pie. So this is an extra little pie right here. So this is going to work and babysitting. This is going to the school and finding an extra job. This is finding some work online to do at night. This is hustling and getting a job delivering pizzas. This is becoming an Uber driver or a Instacart driver. That's what this extra pie is gonna be. So if your money is tight on this pie, that's what it looks like. So now we're gonna go on up and we're gonna show. So the next one I'm gonna show you is the $5,000 a month pie, okay? There we go. So here's our $5,000 a month pie. I'm gonna do it one more time for you guys who are watching and saying, this woman is crazy. Guys, if you don't have a budget, you don't know what your pie is doing for you every month, okay? You need to know what is going on with your budget. So here we go. Here's our $5,000 a month pie, okay? Same scenario pretty much. You really end up in the same place, okay? Good morning, Beverly. I'm so glad you're here. Jennifer, thank you so much. Thanks, Lita, for sharing. I hope this helps you guys. And if you are interested in the home planner, which includes all of my budget worksheets, you can click the link in the video. Okay, so here's our $5,000 pie right here. Are we ready, guys? I'm gonna try to do the math again. Let's see if I can do the math and talk at the same time. So here's our pie once again. Ooh, this is an ooey gooey pie. Okay, here's our ooey gooey pie. Once again, we're gonna have our first slice here. The very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna feed ourselves and we're gonna donate some money. I promise, even if you're not a Christian, just if you're a human who wants to do a good thing, if you can find 10%, I don't know that I believe that you will be blessed because you give. I know that I've always given and we have been crazy blessed. I just think, just plan on donating 10% first. So if this is your $5,000 a month pie, this is your $5,000, this is a quarter. So of $5,000, $500 is gonna go to charity somewhere, wherever you choose to give it. Some person is gonna be blessed because you were crazy blessing to them. And then the rest is gonna go to your food and eating out. The food and eating out budget on that would be $750. So I would assume $600 for your grocery. I did all the math on this worksheet over here. $600 on your grocery, $150 eating out. There's your pie. Your next one is gonna be, I need some more plates. Your next quarter is gonna go again to housing. Most likely, if you have a $5,000 a month total income, your budget's gonna be a little bit higher. Let's put the rest of the food over here. I'm gonna have some really good pie for lunch today, I'm just saying. Okay, so right here is our budget. This one is really crumbly. I need to stick with pumpkin pies. I thought about going to Costco and getting a pie because I thought then we would have a nice, big, fat, huge budget to work with. So here is your housing one. So this is gonna be your mortgage, okay? So let's say probably that much is gonna be your mortgage. This is really hard to cut, it's not as pretty. If you're ever doing this visual, you need to do it with a pumpkin pie and not a pretty pie. Okay, so there's your housing, your mortgage, your HOA fees, your real estate taxes, your repairs, your replacing furniture, all right there. So that ends up to about $1,500, is that right? Let me do the math on that. 5,000 divided by, that comes out to $1,250 a month. Is that right? 5,000 divided by 4 is $1,250. Yep, $1,250. Okay, so there's your second pie. Pie number 3, again, is gonna be transportation. If you have that much budget, I want you to be putting some money in a car savings fund. I do not want you having, if you have this much money in your budget, if you've got a big old pie right here, I do not want you having a car payment. Do not have car payments forever. Take some of this pie money. Don't spend it all on your car payment. I want you to take some of the pie money and I want you to put it towards saving for something else. Okay, then we have our last piece of pie, which totally ended up being way too big because somehow I messed up somewhere on some cutting. But basically that's gonna be the part of your pie that goes to all the extra things, the utilities, the personal, the clothing, all those things right there. So I want you to really think about your budget. How many of you guys are looking at your budget each month and really figuring out what you're spending? I also wanna show you specifically on, let's just imagine this is a terrible quarter of a pie. I'm gonna work with the pumpkin pie because this is too hard. Okay, let's imagine right here, this is your tithe and grocery budget, food pie. So let's imagine that here's your tithe. Hang on. This is your tithe, which we've already, that one's non-negotiable. That one's being done no matter what. Here's your grocery budget. Imagine that instead of spending, if you spend this much on eating out, let's say you split this. Let's say you're spending this much pie on eating out and this much pie on eating at home. What if you said, I'm gonna cut that pie a little smaller. We're gonna eat out 1 less time a month. In fact, we're gonna be crazy. We're gonna eat out 2 less times per month. And then you have a little extra pie to put somewhere else in your budget. Do you see how that's what you're doing every single month with your budget? I want you to think about what you're doing with your pie each month. I'm gonna answer any quick questions you have. Cheesecake would work. I am totally gonna do cheesecake next time because that would be yummier, but I would eat so much. So if you do not have a budget, can I just encourage you to figure out what you're spending today? I didn't realize till this morning when I was trying to think of how to do it that this is just a really good, quick visual for those of you who don't know kind of how much percentage you should be spending. This may not be 100% accurate. I did some math generally, but I didn't like sit and figure it out for hours, so I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. I'm not a finance person. I just know for our family, it matters. The other thing I want to tell you is if you're struggling, when our finances were tight, I decided to get a job. I started blogging back 10 years ago. It has been a ton of work. It was so hard. There were so many times that I watched my friends who were stay-at-home moms who weren't working, and I was a little bit jealous because they would have time to go shop, they would have time to go out and get their nails done. I was still sitting at the computer and I was jealous a little bit of what they were doing. During that season, I remember thinking, why am I even doing this? Like, what is this even for? 10 years later, it was worth me going and making some extra pie. So make some extra pie if you need it. If you have any questions, I'll answer those super fast. If you're interested in the home planner, which includes all of the budget worksheets that you're gonna need for 2020, it also includes, as soon as you order, you will get these. If you are on a tiny budget, don't buy the planner. You don't have money for it. If you have money for it, it's gonna be amazing and you're gonna love it. For a better tasting pumpkin pie, Tracy has a recipe for pumpkin pie. I love that. You are so welcome, Heather. Exactly what your husband and you need to do. Christy, yes, I want you guys to make a budget and then send me a little picture or something on the Facebook wall that you've done that. I would love that. You don't have a budget and your bank account shows it, Cheryl. Cheryl, get a budget. It is hard. It is so much easier to just say, I know I've talked to so many people who say, well, I just spend everything I have and I don't worry about it. You get the pie every month. Somebody gives you a pie with this money in it and you can say, I want to spend this much on this. You get to decide. I love that, especially with grocery shopping and budgeting. that we have such control over our family finances through what we eat out. Food is our biggest one we control, which is why I'm so passionate about helping you guys eat at home and save money on groceries. But you have control over this for sure. You love the planner. It's so motivating. Trina, I love that. You think the extra money you make should be whipped cream? I think that, oh, Bridget, I like that idea. I wish I had a jar of Ready Whip right now because that would be exactly it. Thank you. I know the planner matches my sweatshirt. Stacy, you made that. It's crazy. Okay, let me see. You've got to get on the budget bandwagon. Cindy, you write down what you spend every day. I love that. There is a place in the planner to write down each day. Well, there's your budget. But in the planner, there's also a daily place to keep up with your finances daily. Hang on. I'm trying to get to one that I haven't. So you can kind of write down, did I do it right there? Yeah. You can write down each day what you spend on your stuff to keep you up to date on what you're spending for sure. Groceries can rack up. You're desperately trying to get credit cards paid off. Pay off those credit cards. Make that a huge priority because credit cards and car payments are like, they are just monsters to your budget. For us, student loans was a big one for us too. So anyways, groceries rack up, all those things add up. So guys, I just encourage you today, decide to take care of your family's finances, do something about it. When you look at your money, I want you to look at it as a big old fat pie and what can you do to really save on it? Can you put in the link ideas you have for extra making money? Yes, Bridget, I will do that. I'll probably add one in. Or Nicole, if you can add in the 100 ways to make money at home, that would be amazing. You're using the planner and love it, Cindy. I love that. There's no eating out. There's 7 people. You plan meals 2 weeks ahead. Awesome. Holy cow, let's see, who's that? Shelly, awesome job. I know that is not easy. That is a lot of work. And I remember we did that for so many years where we did eat out and I constantly menu plans. I will say if you struggle with grocery shopping and menu planning and saving money, I want you to try shopping Aldi only. So often I hear people say, Laurie, I don't know how to save money. My one quick tip, if you don't have time to coupon shop, is to try shopping Aldi all the time for everything except meat because meat tends to be high there. So find the meat deals at your local grocery store. Okay, so you're saving when you get discouraged about budgeting. Lita, I hope that this would be a great thing. If you're struggling in your finances, this would be a great gift to ask for Christmas. If somebody's gonna spend money on a Christmas gift for you anyways, this is a really cool gift. So anyways, you guys have an amazing day. Think about how much you're spending. Be smart with your finances and care so much for what you have because it is so important. And it is, I will say, I've been on both sides. When we had a tiny budget, it was hard, but I look back and there were really sweet memories that happened during that season because we didn't have tons of money. So if you're in that season where you don't have a lot and you just feel so overwhelmed and so frustrated and so discouraged, can I just tell you that there is a beautiful thing that you are learning in that you will not know if you don't go through that. So don't be discouraged if your finances are tight. Instead, I want you to just soak it up, make it better with what you have, and then move ahead because you can do this. And then as your finances get bigger, it's just fun to see how God brings you along the way. Y'all have an awesome day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.